3 and then clap this time.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Was that right?
Yeah,
I
we
don't
got
know.
it.
I felt like I was off beat.
We nailed it.
No, yeah, I went and got my I went to the barbershop.
Yeah,
Yeah, where Spencer doesn't talk to me
right.
at all. I fell asleep.
So is that like by his choice, or did you tell him on the front end like,
No,
hey, I'd
I
rather
think
you
he
not?
just doesn't talk.
That's really funny.
Like he's like this. Well, what I really love about this barber, and I really don't want to. Yes, it's a friend's business and everything, but I really do love it.
Yeah.
Because each one of the barbers has different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't hire the same personality,
Yeah.
which makes me love it even more. Because the girl next to me, that's next to him, will not shut up.
Really?
Yeah, where Spencer just doesn't talk.
Yeah.
He's like, he's what I imagine an old country man to be
Okay.
in a 23,
Is he a big
24.
bearded guy?
He's a big bearded, like red beard.
Yeah,
like,
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but he doesn't talk. Unless it's, I don't know. I ask him about his wife. I ask him how things are going.
Is it just like one word answers?
No,
like,
it's a good like little 5-10 minute conversation,
banter.
and then he starts cutting my hair, and then he doesn't talk. He just doesn't talk at all. But it's also his first job cutting hair out of school.
So maybe he's really focused.
I guess
He's like chopping wood. He's in the woodshed.
I don't know.
That's a musician term. Did you know that? Getting in the woodshed.
No.
That's actually why. See, I don't know the whole story here, and I don't care to learn it, but that's why people say I need to shed. Like if a musician says I need to shed something, it means they need to go practice.
I need to you to understand something. I didn't know musicians said they needed to go shed.
Right? Isn't it? Like there's some strange
Really
insect.
didn't. I was like, you said that, and I was like, I don't know if I've
Weird.
ever heard that.
There's like the Methodist thing, which I didn't look into at all since last time,
that's
by the
great.
way. But in my couple of experiences with Methodist churches, there's a long list of prayer requests. And in my many experiences with mostly jazz musicians, they're like, I need to hit the woodshed or get in the woodshed. And they call each other cats. It's like, it's 2020. I don't know.
Do they still wear
feels
suits?
strange. They all wear suits.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't call jazz musicians jazzers because apparently that's derogatory.
Wynton Marsalis.
Yeah.
I actually have a really cool story about him. Anyway, some friends wanted me to go swing dancing.
Yeah.
I need you to just first of all imagine how funny that is.
What, you swing
Me
dancing?
going to swing dance.
You keep telling me. I'm going to check our video.
I did not swing dance. Anyways, but they had like it was like, all I can imagine is The Mask. I hate to say that, but you know how they have all the like the brass
Oh, like Jim
instruments?
Carrey.
Yeah, like Jim Carrey, like all of them. And he had done a concert at Tennessee Theater.
Yeah.
And he just came over and legitimately just borrowed some dude's trumpet and started going to town.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wynton Marsalis, not Jim Carrey.
No, Wynton Marsalis, yes.
That'd be funny if Jim Carrey had just done a concert
That would have been hilarious too.
and then grabbed a trumpet.
I actually ended up going out and buying his CD.
Wow.
Yeah, I was
He's
like, hey,
good.
that was really good.
He's really good. His brother's really good too. His brother's like this really traditionalist kind of jazz guy. It'd be really funny if any jazz musician is listening and they're like, this is all wrong.
Well, I guarantee you it probably is. Because I don't, like we addressed last time, I don't know anything about music.
Yeah. Or getting in the shed.
Correct.
So do you shed like cooking skills?
Last night.
Yeah. What did you do last night?
Let's see. I made, I never remember. This is how bad it is. Like, I never remember the name of this cut. And I want to say it's hanger steak. And I'm pretty sure I'm 99.9% certain
That sounds
what it
right.
is. Well, I know.
I mean, it sounds like something I've heard of before.
I know it as the baseball cut.
Okay.
So in the sirloin, there's a tendon that's like a baseball. It looks like a baseball bat,
Okay.
and it eats like a fillet,
Interesting.
but it only costs like $7 a pound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it sirloin? What was it? What did you say?
Yeah, it's in the sirloin. Yeah,
Oh,
it's in
okay.
it's in the shoulder.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
And then I
I
made
know.
it just this old recipe I have with like roasted carrots and parsnips. And so you roast carrots and parsnips, and then you take asparagus and you cut it up and
Right.
then saute it with. And I just like zucchini. So I throw
I love
zucchini in there.
zucchini.
But I did like purple, white, and yellow carrots. I don't know why I said yellow. I meant orange.
Are they different tastes?
Yeah, the sugar concentration. The darker the color,
that's
the
cool.
sweeter they are.
Okay.
And then parsnips, which Ashley really liked at the first part of the parsnips and really hated the aftertaste.
Interesting.
So she's like, it's like 50-50.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's like the Sour Patch Kid of root vegetables. But we always made it with pasta, and then we made this sauce that's like a tomato and beef. It's like a beef stock tomato
Okay.
sauce.
Yeah.
But I just
Gosh, I'm hungry. It's
I had
8:19 in the morning. I can eat this.
had kind of a stressful day, so I cooked,
Yeah.
which is what I do
Right.
because the whole town is out of rice, and it really infuriated me.
Thanks a lot, coronavirus.
Coronavirus, like so in order to get back at them at our local warehouse store, I bought all the Spam.
Nice. The other thing that people have been buying up, right?
There's usually a full pallet, and there was 13 8-packs left. So I bought them all.
I was just imagining.
And somebody was trying to get one as I was getting all of them. I was like, nah, these are mine.
I can't imagine a full pallet of Spam.
We go through right at 16 to 20 cans of Spam a week.
Goodness gracious.
That's not a lot.
How big is this can of Spam?
That's like 6 portions.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
like a little guy. Okay. I haven't had Spam in a long time, but
That's great.
this might gross some people out. I hope it does. But my aunt up in Pennsylvania, she's a Dutch Indonesian lady. She makes Spam macaroni and cheese.
That's not bad.
It's great.
We did Spam fried rice.
You do that.
Yeah, we should have a whole cooking food section, it sounds like.
I was
now.
gonna say that in like Lego review.
Actually I really want to do that. I know
wanna
you
do it.
texted me about that. We can get into that.
But
Yes.
for real.
I had a lady send us a message. I'm trying to not talk about TikTok so much.
Sure.
but
you're big on TikTok.
But she
though.
sent me a message on TikTok. Will you do a live cooking class
It'd be awesome.
for husbands? And I
Like
was like,
get the basics or something.
well, and this is something Ashley talked about last night. She was like, she just said, she said, people don't understand that you just come home and cook.
Yeah.
Because I really do. I just come home and cook.
Why don't you just video that? Like whatever you know.
I miss National Meatball Day. However, today, which
I
was
don't know where
Monday,
that came from.
I
Oh,
love
okay.
national days.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with them.
Yeah.
Today is National Oat Nut Waffle Day.
What?
Yes, that's what I was thinking. It's also National Girl Scout Day. So
I'm way more on board with that. Here's what I have qualms with though. Who makes all these days?
I don't know, but
Who's the deciding factor, the authority on the food days?
It's also National Breast Implant Awareness Day.
Yeah. See, I knew about that. I didn't know about
No, but I'm like, I'm aware of them. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? Aware that they're there? Aware?
What's
is,
the
is
end?
there, like? Is there like disease? Because I know there's a lot of people that are
that's
actually
true.
getting them removed because of all kinds of other.
Probably
like,
not good for you, maybe.
I don't know.
I just said probably and maybe in the same sentence about silicone implants.
I'm not a doctor. My dad was, not me.
What's the end game on that one? Like raise awareness, I guess, for that. I don't
I
know.
guess I don't know, but there's so many fun ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to get you the list if I had my phone, which wasn't.
I know. It's
videoing me.
weird not having our phones because I had topics on there and now I'm trying to bring them back up.
My problem is I like to fact check myself.
Yes. Yeah.
Like I know I'm right, but I want to make sure I'm right.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of thing. So
I love that juxtaposition, by the way.
the what?
Juxtaposition, where it's like the two things at once. Like, I know I'm right, but I also want to check.
Yeah, it's a Dale Carnegie thing.
I feel like I have that. Is he the one who wrote the Win Friends and Influence People?
Yes, which the two things I've ever gotten out of that book, which are the best things ever.
Yeah.
One is a very arrogant saying, which I still use to this day.
Okay.
But the other one is about people's names. That the sweetest sounding noise to any individual is their
own name
pronounced correctly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not Paul. That would be like your Spanish
Paul.
pronunciation. Paul.
Which is funny. That's how it's spelled. And then a lady wrote that on a Starbucks card. They also, people like to misspell my last name.
Moody? How?
Yeah.
What do you mean they like to, like on purpose?
No, like call centers and like making reservations.
What
I had a
they
lady,
say? Moody?
Maudie. I was like, no, like moody, like you're grumpy, like I'm getting.
Like you're making me.
Like the eighth dwarf.
What? That's like a French spelling or something. Like Maudet.
She wasn't French. No. And then, the other one is, and if I ever say this, I am right 100%. Which is, I say something and somebody tries to contradict it and say, oh, that's not right.
Right.
Oh, well, I'm often wrong. Let's find out. And every time I say, I may be wrong, I often am. Let's find out.
Oh, to get the complete.
Yeah. And then which is code for, I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Please do not argue.
Just stop.
Just stop.
We always got, I say we, like my family with the last name of Coker, people would spell it Cooker. And I would just look at him like, that's Cooker. Like, how do you not know? Have you ever seen a Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
It's Coker.
And I mean, when we write people's names down, like I'm big on writing it down correctly.
Do you ask them to spell it?
Like if it's Sarah, I ask if it's an H or an O.
Or AIH?
If it's like an Eric,
Is that right?
I'm like, is it a C, a K, a CK?
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Oh, did you see that?
You signed them all?
Yeah. Ashley did that last night.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Super proud of her. I had a really good, like, proud husband professional moment last night. And it kind of like, because...
Did you cry?
No, but I have cried really hard.
Yeah.
In the last week.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And we can, I actually don't mind talking about that, but
whatever you want to do. This is 8:15 a.m. coffee.
Yeah. No, she was able to get something done for somebody that couldn't do it on their own.
Gotcha.
And they thought it was an impossible situation. And she made it happen just by her contacts and what she does,
right?
And things like that.
Right.
And I was like, that's amazing, because this person would have missed out on an opportunity.
Gotcha.
To do something they really wanted. I'm really skating around what she does, if you can't tell.
I was going to ask if we can drum up some business for her.
Yeah, I mean, we can, but I mean, like, we
don't have to go into it.
Yeah, but they were told it was sold out.
Oh, okay.
There's completely none available, anything like that. And because of what she does and what she books, she was able to call with one phone call and got her in.
Dang.
Yeah. So, which this person called her from Connecticut. We're in Tennessee. And all of her clients are in Tennessee.
Right.
But this person called her from Connecticut because her friend is going.
Gotcha.
And she was going to miss out on like a girls' trip and all this other stuff.
Dang,
and
that's cool.
And it was like one phone call and done. And she did. And this is where the proud part of it came out, because I realized she doesn't do what she does for money. Like
just for funsies.
I know she did. No, she gets paid to do it.
Yeah.
Right. But I think she made like maybe $80 on it.
Yeah.
Where she usually makes hundreds of or thousands of dollars on a trip.
Yeah.
I just kind of told her what she did. But
she's a trip advisor.
Yeah. Hey.com.
We could get sponsors.
Yes. I want to get
probably not peanuts or coffee of any sort, but we'll see.
Oh, maybe Caber.
Just right up the road. We should do like a live cast from there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Just get,
the possibilities are endless.
We're going to start name dropping everybody.
Yeah. And just see who sticks.
Yes. But yeah, no. So I cried the other day. In town, the lady that's from Kansas City that lived here, she died. That lady, she had breast cancer.
Yeah.
And apparently everybody knew her, but her husband's a writer.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't know that.
And I'm like, dude, stop wielding stories. Like, stop. Because he's talking about his kid that wrote him a card that said, hey, the first part of it was, I'm a really good dad, but I'm not a good mom. And it was the day after she died, and he was doing the hair for his daughter.
Right.
And she gave him a card, and like but I'm sitting there reading it out loud to Ashley on the couch,
Yeah.
bawling. And the kids are like, why are you crying? I'm like, you don't understand.
Don't get
Well, I mean, and then the one before it was like, I knew that no one would love my wife more than I would. And all this stuff. And at 4:34, she died. And I mean, it's but they changed visiting hours at the hospital to where they didn't have visiting hours anymore because of how many people came.
Jeez.
And we were just talking about how you can still leave a legacy.
Yeah.
And it just, but no, I cry. I cry every day.
Every day?
Every day.
About, is it like
Anything?
same things?
No,
Or similar things?
no.
Gotcha.
I'm not afraid to show my emotions.
Yeah.
I'll be in the car driving down the road, bawling.
It just depends on, for me, like,
Sometimes they're happy.
sure.
Like, yeah, it depends on for you.
I don't have that so often, but mine are almost always related to dogs or music. Like there can be a certain chord progression that I hear with no lyrics to it.
Yep.
And just the way that it's played will hit me and I'm like, oh, like it makes me emotional.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like
Interesting. It can be classical. It could even be a pop song, but it's mostly dog related. If I think about our old border collie, I'll start.
that. Yeah, and so we're like, we've addressed that I'm not a pet person.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also understand.
Yeah.
Like I get it. Like that's part of your heart.
Yeah.
And so I was never the chef that was like, bury your grandmother on your day off.
Okay.
Like,
What does that? What does that mean? Is that a
So-
phrase in the chef world?
oh yeah.
What does that mean?
Like if you're a line cook and you call out because somebody died in your family,
Yeah.
bury them on your day off. Like,
Gotcha.
especially in high end,
Intense.
like professional, like big time kitchens, they're
Yeah.
like, we don't care what's going on in your life.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like, can you get fired over something like that?
You can just not get put back on the schedule.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
But I mean,
So
Like-
intense.
I have heard a chef flat out say, and maybe it was a server. I can't remember if it was a server or a cook. I mean, it doesn't matter. It was a restaurant staff member.
Right. Right.
Called in and said, hey, this is going on with my dog. We're having to put her down. And his response was, well, if you're choosing to do it, can you do it tomorrow since you're off? That was his response.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I'll cover the shift. Like,
Yeah. I gotcha.
I'll help you out. Like, now,
I also understand that some people think that way, especially as a boss. Like, I mean, I hate it, but I
know.
also get that some people are like that, is what I'm saying.
I'm such in a leadership position.
But it's awful. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, but I never have viewed requests off for, like, if somebody requests days off,
Yeah.
I've never viewed it as a request. You have to figure it out. Because I don't feel
gotcha.
like I'm that powerful in your time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like if a staff member is saying to me, hey, I need these days off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. You're telling me when you can work. Because I would rather us be secondary to what is going on in your real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, because for a long time, work was everything
The
I had.
thing. Yeah.
But now, married, that's home is my life. Home is way more important than professional life to me.
Sure. Sure.
You know, now you still have to make money. I'm not going into that, but
Yeah.
and you still have responsibilities and you still have to go and so on. But if somebody calls me and they're like the guy that works with me primarily, I scheduled him this whole week. He's like, dude, I leave Thursday evening for vacation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, my bad. Don't worry about it.
Like, wasn't a thing.
Right, no. And he was like, oh, do I need to help you get it covered? I'm like, no. Like, I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not your problem. It's my problem.
Yeah.
And then we're on our way.
Right.
But it's amazing to me in the workplace, just primarily in the workplace. And this is everything. This is not just specific to industry, how dude, this got really serious.
Yeah.
Like really serious. This is supposed to be
dark.
really lighthearted.
We also did like the yellow lights. It's 8 a.m. coffee, bro.
No, but it's I like it because I know that my staff isn't fearful to talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is going on in my life. I need this off.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
we give mental health days.
That's great.
Like, within reason. Like, I mean, you can tell when
somebody
somebody's
wants
taking
2 weeks in a
advantage of-
row, like-
Right. But if somebody comes and talks to me and they're like, look, I just need tomorrow off.
Yeah.
Why? What's going on? My life is just jacked right now.
Yeah.
Like, I just need some time not to do anything. I want to sit on the couch and do nothing and just have a break.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
No
Well,
problem.
I think that's doubly amazing because the place where I used to work, like, that was not. I'm not trying to like slam the place or anything,
Yeah.
but that was a tough thing for me to do personally because of the expectations set up, which was go hard, work 50, 60 hours a week, and like get all your stuff done, and it was at a church too.
Yeah. So I have never, if it's a salaried position, because we do have some salaried positions.
Yeah.
We are never, it's never hours based.
Right.
It's tasks based.
Yeah.
And you can come to me at the end of the week and go, look, I worked, like I legitimately worked
Yeah.
55 hours a week and couldn't get everything done.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's sit down and look at it.
Yeah.
That's always my first thing. Let's sit down and look at it.
Right.
Because if you're just not doing any, like if you're just joking around and not getting your stuff done, that's a different conversation.
Sure.
But if you're like, look, man, I was working on this, like you show me what you're doing. Well, maybe I put unreasonable expectations on you.
Yeah.
Let's adjust the expectation.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I want to give you enough work that it should take you 40, 45 hours if you're on salary.
Yeah.
But if you get it done in 35, cool.
Like, good on you, right?
And I don't give you more. I'm like, cool,
Yeah.
we're good. And like other corporate management that I was in never understood that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I had a restaurant manager that was a GM that was working 38 hours a week.
Right.
You don't hear about that in the restaurant business. They're usually like 60, 70 hours a week.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, what's going on? I'm like, first of all, he's got the #1 store in the nation. They're more profitable than any of the other ones.
Right.
He's been there for 18 years. You don't think he's got it down?
Yeah.
Like I would go in, check on things, and leave.
Yeah.
I was there for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
That kind of like, I think that's just that's like the new entrepreneurial kind of thing to do is like work 60, 70 hours a week. And it's worn as like this, what do you call it?
A badge of honor.
Badge of honor. Absolutely. Yeah.
I think that is now for me, because I don't judge anybody. Like if that's you, go.
Yeah.
For me, it's make enough money to where I'm comfortable and can do what I can do,
Yeah.
and then I'm done.
Yeah.
Like then I really want to sit on the couch and make TikTok videos.
Absolutely.
Like, that's really my life. Like really my life. Oh, speaking of,
Yeah.
sorry, I had to go
No, let's do it.
back
Let's
to
do it.
something. A trending hashtag on TikTok was pet parent the other
Ooh,
day.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's me. I guess I should get on TikTok. Man, I'd be making videos of our dogs all day.
There's some that it's just a dog. And they have like millions of followers.
We have that. We have an
And I
Instagram.
love it.
We have an Instagram for our dogs, and it's like 100 right now, which is nothing in the Instagram world.
cares?
But that's so many people
Well,
to me
So
to be following our Australian Shepherds.
well, don't look at depth, not width on that, right? So
Yeah.
I say this I've said this before, but it's not my saying that, okay, if you only have, oh yeah.
I'm gonna get a good pour. That
If you
doesn't
only
sound
have-
good at all.
Yeah. If you only have 5 followers, however One of them happens to be Oprah.
Yeah. Right.
But like,
Top off.
yeah, I just don't have Go-Go Gadget arms. Speaking of Go-Go Gadget, first television show I ever watched on cable. Go-Go Gadget, first TV show on cable.
Was it live action or was it cartoon?
Cartoon.
Yeah. I remember the cartoon. Amazing.
I remember when we got cable.
Cable. I didn't have cable growing up.
I remember I could tell you exactly when it happened. Like, I remember it's fourth grade.
The day, the time.
It was in the mid-afternoon.
This is like 9/11, but for when you got cable.
And
Not a good
my
joke.
neighbor, no, not really. My neighbor next door had cable, and I always went and watched Inspector Gadget at their house. And the cable guy got done, and the first thing I turned on was Inspector Gadget. I had a recliner in my bedroom. I
Wow.
loved it.
That's awesome.
No door, but a recliner.
Huh.
I don't know why.
You don't know why no door?
It wasn't like a punishment. It was just no
It
door.
was just never there.
Yeah. We eventually got a door
Okay.
because I was 15. And they were like, you need a door.
You need a door. Get out of here.
Well, this
smell like
this is going to
Axe.
sound really, really privileged.
I did say axe, by the way, not ass.
I was one of those too. I had an entire floor to myself at my house.
Wow.
I had 2 bedrooms to myself.
Dang. Was it like in the basement level?
No, on the top
Top
floor.
level?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, our house had, 2 master suites and then
Dang.
2 bedrooms upstairs. And then we had a guest house
Oh my gosh.
and then a pool that turned on by the hot tub turned on by remote control.
Right. What? Why? With all the other amenities, why so long to get cable?
That we didn't watch TV.
Oh, just no TV.
Well, I mean, rewind to last episode. Like I had
Right.
to read
Oh,
a
yeah.
certain amount before we watched television.
Yeah. What
But this
television
was-
you had?
But this was when I'm talking about no door, that was my dad's house. Sorry, it's split. Cable was my mom's house.
Oh, right.
And I was like in 4th grade.
Right.
So like da-da-da-da-da. I just remember. What did you have to talk about?
Oh, that's a good question. Like I said, it's on my phone, so let me dig deep for a second. One of them was phrases, because they're like with globalization and social media, it's like everyone knows all these same phrases and uses them, whether you're 50 years old or like 20 years old or 7. I teach a like 10-year-old kid who says oof all the time. And I was like, interesting. Like I've never heard the word oof, like said out loud. And as soon as I heard him say it, like on social media, it seems like people say this as a, like if you see a video and somebody like gets hit in the nuts or something, it's like oof is the comment under it. Yeah. Right. So there are all these.
I mean, my phone's listening to me right now, so I'm gonna.
So you're probably
I'm
going to
see it.
Yeah. That's probably not the best example though, but I'm just thinking like the phrases that everyone uses. What are the ones that you absolutely hate?
Is what it is.
I've got one that's very similar.
As soon as you said it, I was like, "Is what it is."
Yeah.
People are who they are. It was what it was. I fundamentally despise. I'm trying to see how many adjectives or adverbs, whatever word that is, I can throw into this. People that complain about their life and do nothing to change it.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
it is what it is, sums it up.
See, that could be a really healthy statement, but it's
So-
not.
So because people are like, oh, it is what it is. Also, I've had the discussion, I talk to my wife more than anybody, with my wife is you never say it is what it is to something good.
Oh, yeah. Like it's always
I
negative.
inherited $7 million. It is what it is. So like that is never like you're never like, it is what it is.
Well, it's not true for positive things. Like that's a crazy cool thing. So why can't it be like when it's a negative thing? Like it's not just what it
But
is.
see, I love to lose. I love negative.
Yeah. Failure.
I love the negative.
You like failure.
Love failure.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I legitimately, it's the first time these people had ever seen me in a bad mood. And it was about the rice. I was angry.
The jasmine rice.
And somebody said, because somebody ever asked me how I am, I answer in the actual what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, hey, how you doing today? I was like, honestly, I'm a little bit aggravated, but not at you. Like, I'm not mad at you.
Right.
You didn't do it unless you bought rice.
Unless she bought all the rice.
We're talking 10 pallets of rice
That's
in a day.
so much.
In one day. In one day. And it's all the old whites getting it.
Well, they're the ones
Sorry,
that have
Pat
to stay
McAfee statement right there.
They are the ones that have to stay inside, because I looked at some statistics and like,
This is a real thing. I am not trying to make light of the situation. I
yeah,
want you to
yeah.
understand that.
No, I know.
But
I know.
do you need 5 cases of gloves?
Glove? Is that rice?
So no, gloves, rice, Spam,
actual gloves. It's like, what are these cooking terms I don't know?
and hand sanitizer. They had none of, with no sight. And they couldn't see when it was coming back in.
Wow.
They don't know when it's coming back.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then they bought the Asian supermarket out of rice as well. And I'm like, you know where this coronavirus is coming from, right? Like, I just need you to know this. Like, now, and it's a real thing, and people are really dying.
Yeah.
And I don't look at the statistics of obesity kills X amount. I mean, this is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, this is a real pandemic going on in Europe right now.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that it might hit us. Like, they're canceling sporting events. They're doing sporting events that are only on television.
Harvard's closed and Vanderbilt's closed.
The University of Dayton sent all their students home on 1-day notice.
Whoa.
They're like, you're leaving.
Like dorms and everything.
Dorms and everything.
Man, that's crazy.
And next week, March Madness is happening. They have 2 days of 4 basketball games on their campus, and they don't know what's going on.
Like they might not play them.
No, they'll play them, but it will
Might not be anybody
empty
there.
arena.
Gosh. Somebody said they're on a plane from Nashville to Texas with 4 people on it.
Yeah. Well, like our church went to Israel,
Mm-hmm.
and they canceled the trip.
Oh, whoa.
They were supposed to go on Monday.
Whoa.
Yeah, like, so, it's are you precautionary?
It's the devil.
Do you do extreme precaution and then nothing happened, and then everybody look back at it and go, nothing happened? Or do you go,
Like insurance.
or you're like me and wash your hands less, and now all of a sudden everybody's sick? That's a joke, by the way. I wash my hands. I've made
Yeah, I
way too
do.
many hand washing jokes.
I
on
know.
this
I want to
thing.
clear up from last time. Like when I'm teaching, I wash my hands when I use the restroom.
Right. Like, so we go to Disney a bunch, and Ashley is a germaphobe.
Really?
She's like, but they're cleaning every ride after everybody, and it's empty. She's like, now's the time to go,
Yeah.
because it's as clean as it's ever going to be, and there's no waits. like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It's a really weird tie-in. Usually is at a 2.5 hour wait.
Oh, God, it's like a quarter of your day.
Yesterday, it was at 30 minutes in the middle of the day.
Incredible.
There's nobody there.
I want to go.
And they're not closing Disney.
Is it cheaper to go right now?
I want to say yes,
I need to check. There's probably someone I can check with.
probably.
I can probably email somebody.
I don't know who that might be. Let's see how many clues we can give people.
Right. It's a little breadcrumb trail. Is that a thing? Hansel and Gretel? I don't know.
Absolutely, because never mind. Go ahead. What is yours?
My phrase that I hate is, the thing is that. Have you heard people say this?
Yes.
Can't stand it. Like, I don't hear anything that they say after that. Just say what you're going to say. Why the setup? Why 2 is's in a row? Good Lord. It makes me so
It's
angry.
going to drive me nuts now.
I know.
I have one
Triggered.
more.
Please do.
When people say honestly and then talk, every time somebody says, to be honest, or honestly, or anything like that, before they're like, to be honest. And I was like, no, please lie to me. I don't even let them talk. I'm like, no, please lie to me.
I think now we need to try and trigger each other and just see how many times it
Is
can happen
everything
per episode.
before you said to be honest a lie?
Right. Yeah. Like, what were you saying before?
Like,
That
are
was
you just a liar? And now you're
paragraphs.
going to be honest?
Yeah. Essays worth of material that you were not being truthful about.
Well, in all due respect, I think, not to go Ricky Bobby.
That
but
just means you're about to insult someone, right?
yeah, like with all due respect.
Well, bless your heart.
Bless. Oh, I got that yesterday.
No. That's one of my least favorites.
Bless your heart. And I looked at her and I said, I know I may not be from here, but I know what that means. And she said, excuse me? I said, no, seriously. Like, I know what you're meaning right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry you don't like the fact that I'm a Yankee.
Is that why she said it?
Yes. She was like, I was like, because I'm not from New York, but I lived there most of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, and I told her that, and she said, oh, bless your heart. And I said, I know what you mean by that.
Bless your heart, lady.
And she just looked at me, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, people in the South are the rudest people I've ever met.
Oh, yeah, but it's low key. It's low key rude.
I had a lady cut me off in the grocery store line because she had 2 items. And there's like a line behind me. And she goes, you don't mind, do you? And I was like, actually, yeah. I kind of
Tell her
did.
to get out.
No, absolutely. I was like, no.
I wouldn't. I would be so mad.
I was like, nah, you're good. You were what self-checkout is for.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate self-checkout. Do you use self-checkout?
Did we talk about this? It depends on time of day. It depends on quantity.
I don't know if we talked about it or not.
If I had 2 items, of course I would go to self-checkout. Like, I'm not a monster. Even if it's oranges and I have to look them up myself, I'm okay with it.
What is that, 40.98?
That's a great question.
40.66 is limes.
40.11 is bananas. That's the only one I know. I never worked in grocery.
Is it the... All right, sorry. sorry. Produce term.
If it's like 20 items or less and it's not a ton of produce, I'll do self-checkout. If it's any more than like 10 items of produce, I just can't do it. I'll get so frustrated.
Have you been behind the person in the 20 items or less lane that has a cart
Has
full of
80
stuff?
items? Yeah.
I had a lady tell me it was because it was 20 of the same item.
I love the logic.
I have like one of this item, but I have 17 of them, and then one item of this, but there's, and I'm like,
I would be so angry in the moment, but talking about it here on 8 a.m. coffee, I can respect that.
I can't.
I can respect the principle behind it.
I cannot. But it also goes to my personality type, which, not to get into Enneagrams or anything like that.
Sure.
But I am very much a confrontational person. We talked about that.
Yeah.
But I don't get it.
I only am if it disagrees with my principles, which I can realize now. No one else in the world knows what's going on in my head. So for me to get upset with them over something that's only in my head is illogical. But then something I think Lindsay doesn't like that I do is I will proceed to explain to them why it's a principle for me and why they are wrong about it. Which that doesn't go well in the checkout line at a grocery.
No, I have a lot of experiences in the
fun,
checkout
though.
line at grocery. Like the lady asking me why I have so many kids.
You did talk about that one.
That lady.
Okay, here's another one. All of the sudden.
Mispronunciation of words. Just don't give me Valentine's Day.
That one's funny to me. And
It's not at all funny to me.
library.
Library? I've never heard that.
I remember in kindergarten, the librarian teaching us that it's not a fruit. It's not a library. It's not a fruit that you're being untruthful about. It's the library.
McDonald's.
That's funny to me too.
Hawaii.
McDonald's.
Like,
That's such a southern Hawaii.
Hawaii. I'm going to Hawaii. You added syllables, sir.
Yeah, surely you didn't look at this word and think that's how it's really pronounced.
To be honest. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, honestly though, the last 45 minutes have been a lie. Let me tell you the truth right now.
No, and what's funny is and I'm such a hypocrite. I'll tell you that right now.
You mean about the phrases?
About the phrases, well, about most things in my life.
Sure.
Like things that drive me nuts.
Yeah.
And I do them, and it's okay. Like, I hate it when people chew ice, but I chew ice all the time. Like, I'm the worst.
It's a great feeling. Especially if it's at Sonic.
I like people that make crumbs around them when they eat like chips in particular. But yet, if I eat chips, I'm like the loudest person ever eating chips.
Sure.
Like, yeah.
It's okay if you do it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel like it's because it's more self-contained and like you're doing it better than they were doing it? Or do you see that it's the same thing?
That previous statement goes directly to my children. So,
Okay.
I think it's more that
makes
I
sense.
have to clean up their mess.
Right.
If I have to clean up my own mess, I did it my own.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
like I don't like cleaning up messes that aren't mine.
That makes sense to me.
When people change the radio in the car.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't do radio like at all.
Like
but,
if they skip through a song,
oh, that's really funny because Lindsay was doing that last night.
or they listen to the whole song, but except the last like 10 seconds and they just go to the next one.
This is all like Vine culture kind of
However,
stuff. The 6 second.
I do it.
Yeah.
I'm the most guilty of everybody.
You just don't want other people to do it.
Yeah. Or you put your iPod on shuffle, but yet only go to the songs you want to listen to.
No. Yeah.
Why didn't you just go to that to begin with?
Sure. Maybe there's one you forgot about though.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
When people can't decide where they want to eat. God, I got a lot of pet peeves.
Man, that one, that's talk about list of grievances. The place where I used to work, like, yeah, I didn't like it. And yeah, it was horrible and I was depressed. But that was possibly the worst thing is every day at like 11:50 group text, where are we going to eat? Oh, we could go here. We could go here. I felt like I made the decision every time.
So this is what I do.
Or I would just start trolling them. But yeah,
So
go.
if you're like, hey, where do you want to eat? And you go, I don't know.
3 options.
Where would you the 3 options?
3 options.
Here are your 3 options. You pick and we go. Because for me, as weird as this sounds, I'm a chef and I love to cook and everything like that. But unless I have a dining destination, it is just consumption. I am just fueling my body. That is it. I don't care what I'm eating.
I would just as soon eat like a tasteless protein bar or protein shake.
I will eat the pizza at Weigel's.
Get through it.
So
Man, the pizza at Wiles is
pretty
not
good.
that bad.
It won Knoxville's best pizza.
It really did. That's so funny.
And I'm the worst. Also, National Corn Dog Day is coming up. But anyways.
You need to warn me because doesn't Sonic do like 50-cent corn dogs?
Yes, I think it's April 13th.
Don't I buy like 6 of them? And
I don't know. I'm going to go to Denton's.
oh, that's a good point. That's
Yeah.
really close to here too.
Yeah, I actually the lady that owns her and her husband own Denton's, which is really weird because one of her kids is in the group that I'm the coach or the leader of, but that's a long chain.
Sure.
But this is how we bonded in the middle of the, like I say, I talk to people in grocery stores a lot. In the middle of the Food City grocery store, we were watching the NCAA tournament game that Tennessee was playing in last year on my phone.
Oh, I was like, where was the song?
Because it was the last 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And everybody was like, hey, oh man, we got to get home to watch this. And I was like, no, I got it on my phone. Boom. And we sat there in the checkout line, like 10 of us watching the game, like watching the rest of the game.
Frozen pizza's just like melting.
Yeah. I do love frozen pizza.
I do too.
This is, I told you I'm bad. I can talk about
I
anything.
whispered as well.
Love frozen pizza.
Why do we get so low key about it?
So have you had do you shop at Aldi?
Never. Trader Joe's is right across the street. So like
Aldi's so good.
it's Trader Joe's and Kroger, and that's
So
literally
Aldi
all.
is Trader Joe's, but cheaper.
Right. That's what I've heard.
And it's so good.
Their cheap wine is 30 cents cheaper at Aldi's. I do know that for a fact, but I've never been in the store.
$2 Chuck is now $7. But
It's an oversight.
they have, so we bought pizzas. And I was watching the kids, so I was like, I'm just gonna get pizza and do that. But I got thin crust pizza
Yeah.
and didn't know it. So I'm like,
Do you like it?
it was all right.
Yeah.
Again, it was just consumption.
Sure.
But I kept looking at the oven like, what's going on? Like what's like, why is it not rising? Oh, pet peeve of other people's that I do.
Yeah.
I do not turn on the oven light. I open the oven and look in
I
it.
do the same thing.
And
I don't like bending down.
And I know how bad that is for the cooking process.
Because heat comes out, right?
Right, but I still do it.
Yes, I knew something. I'm going to make more Jim Halpert faces at the camera. The Office, Jim. Don't know The Office? All right. Well, that's next episode on 8. I almost said Coffee Talk. What's Coffee Talk?
That's SNL.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Coffee Talk. It's sweat away.
But yeah,
Do you like SNL?
hit or miss.
Old skits.
Old, very much. New, very hit or miss.
So I'm going to give you something to talk about in the next 2 minutes.
Let's
for
do it.
the
Let's do it
next
real quick.
episode. I have tried to watch The Office.
Oh, man. My other topic for today was what are some things that we can argue about that we don't agree on?
I
So
think
we
The
have
Office
that.
is the most useless television show I've ever seen in my life. I
I'm
do
gonna-
not
all
find
right,
the humor in it.
Okay. If
But
you're taking the,
now I never worked in an office, so I
Okay.
don't understand it.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut for now, and we'll kick it off next week with that one.
What do you think I would argue? I can argue at any point.
I think you need to keep arguing that because I have multitudes of arguments against.
It is my wife's favorite television show,
Good for her.
and I can't stand it. I've got you so triggered you're not even talking.
It's not triggered. It's just what's happening is firing in my brain is every way that I am going to convince you. I mean, I know I won't convince you. No, I'm just going to tell you why it has been so good for me personally. That's
Yeah.
what I'm going to do. But not right now.
Not right,
Yeah.
not right. On the next episode.
Of 8 a.m. coffee.
I still want to start introducing people like I talked the other day.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sorry, I'm
No, meta. We'll chop it. We'll chop it before that.
all right.
Or I'll just leave all that.
Hugs and hand pounds.